Today is a good day because my daughter is potty trained. No more diapers. Okay, actually false. My son is 8 months old, so he is still in diapers. One kid in diapers, that's better. And we're probably gonna be looking at saving like $500, $600, $700 a year by one kid in diapers instead of two. I will take that. But I've thought about everything we did with my daughter to get her fully potty trained by 2.5 and what went well, what I'm gonna do differently with my son, because I think we could have done it by 2 if I had tweaked a few things, and just gonna break that down. Okay, my first tip is to get a smaller toilet seat that sits on top of the real toilet. And by doing this, instead of getting a kid toilet, you reduce the likelihood of any fears forming related to the potty. And then also it made the transition super easy where she can just hop on any toilet out of the home, other people's houses, XYZ, because she's used to going on a real toilet. My tip number 2 is to start having them use the potty at like 6 months old. I think you can actually even start from birth. But I started my kids at 6 months old. 6 months old. My son is 8 months old. He already has gone on the potty many times. Really, truly, it's just whenever we noticed our kids hadn't gone in a while, we just took their diaper off, put them on the little potty seat, obviously help stabilize them until they were big enough to get up there by themselves, and waited a couple of minutes. If they started fussing, no worries. We pulled them off, but gave them a chance to go. And I mean, it's kind of crazy, but more often than not, they'll go. My third tip is to start really building positive associations with using the bathroom by about 1.5. So I would say by about 1.5, start giving potty treats. For us, we did a goldfish when she would pee in the potty, a chocolate chip when she would poop in the potty. And then we just really started talking more about potty training in the process and explaining to her the difference between diapers and underwear. We did a few little like science experiments to show her the difference and things like that, just to help her understand the process, help her understand that we're gonna do this together. And then by 2, I think most kids would probably be ready with all of this kind of foundation laid to get their potty chart. And you can actually see some on our fridge back there. But my daughter went through 2 full potty charts and then she was potty trained. We introduced it just before her 2.5 month mark. And I think if we had done this at 2, she would have potty trained really fast, because the difference is, with everything we'd done to this point, she knew what the potty was, she was comfortable with it, she knew how to use it, she had a positive association. If we'd introduced that potty chart sooner, that is the visual aid that really helped her see her progress and want to make that next jump, in my opinion. Okay, and I think my biggest mistake was I thought we had to kind of wait until she was keeping her diapers clean for whole days to make the jump to underwear. And this delayed us for a long time because she was at about the same point from really 1.5 to 2.5. And that's where I thought, okay, we haven't made a huge jump for all this time. We weren't pulling the diapers off because she was also going in her diaper. Number 1. She was also peeing in her diaper. I'll say pee. She was also peeing in her diaper. And so we just were thinking, okay, she's not ready yet. But what I ended up doing, and I just so wish I had done it 6 months to even maybe 8 months earlier, because I really think she could have been potty trained by 2, is make the leap out of diapers and do it in this method. And the method is tell them, congratulations, you just finished your potty chart. You are ready for underwear. We're gonna go put the diapers away. We're only gonna wear them at nighttime now. Have them be a part of that process. Get them really hyped, really excited about it. And then just set a timer on your phone for every 45 minutes and pick a ringtone like we did Baby Shark. So pick a ringtone that is unique. And then every 45 minutes, if they haven't gone to the bathroom because they've asked, which if they do, then just reset the 45 minutes. But if it's been 45 minutes since they've gone, timer goes off. They know that's our cue. We go to the bathroom. They at least try. If they even try, they still get a sticker for trying. And then what I did to keep her on the potty, because when she didn't feel like she really needed to go, she didn't want to sit on the potty, and she would sit down and go, all done, and pop right back off. I would play the full Baby Shark song. So she would sit on the potty through at least the full Baby Shark song to make sure that if she needed to go, she would. And then we'd reset that 45-minute timer. So 45 minutes throughout the day, we're going to the bathroom. We still lived our life. So we still went to the library. We still went to the grocery store. We had no accidents while out in public. And that's because before we left the house, we went. When we arrived anywhere, we went. 45 minutes durations while we're there, we're gonna go. And then before we leave, no matter what, we're gonna go. And then when we get home, we're gonna go. And by doing that, lots of potty breaks, we had no accidents. And then the last thing, I will share the potty seats that we use down below. We have 2 different types. We installed one in our restroom that is a big lid, like a normal potty, like a normal, what's it called? Toilet seat. It's a normal toilet seat. And then there's a little kid toilet seat that just like folds down, which this one's really cool because it doesn't take up any floor space. I'm not explaining it well, just check it out. And then there's another one that's your standard, like 2 little steps, and then they turn around and sit down, which by the time I'd say she turned 2, she could do it pretty much herself. That is all. If you have young ones, I would so suggest starting this process super early. But if your kids are already deep down the potty training journey, I hope that there's some tips and tricks that can still help you and give some ideas and inspiration. We've got this. Let's get these kids out of diapers.